On the news tonight, correspondent examines the adherence to COVID-19 restrictions on social and religious gathering preparatory to Eid al-Fitr. (2021) World Nurses Day, selfless contribution of nurses to the society in focus. And FCT Police Command deploys personnel at strategic locations and highways ahead of Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Hello viewer, good evening and thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 7. My name is Tessie Omeri. The Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 announced recently its fourth phase lockdown restrictions and guidelines on social and religious gathering to 50% capacity. Serafina Okon-Umekwe takes a look at adherence to safety protocols in preparation for Eid al-Fitr celebrations.
The Presidential Steering Committee on the 10th of May 2021 reiterated its directive on the implementation of guidelines for the Phase 4 lockdown, restricting movements, social and religious gatherings to 50% capacity. This is as a result of increased number of cases of COVID-19, especially in countries like India, Turkey and Brazil. As the Muslim faithfuls prepare for the Salah celebrations, worshippers have been advised to strictly adhere to the safety guidelines. Over the years, Islamic faithfuls gathered at this Eid ground to pray, usually 30 days after the fast, in preparatory for the Salah celebrations. Now, the year 2020 came with the coronavirus pandemic, which made worshippers not to gather at these Eid prayer grounds. And in this year 2021, the Presidential Task Force Steering Committee has released a guidelines restricting worshippers to 50% capacity. This is not restricted to just Islamic faithfuls, but all social gatherings in the country. And it's most likely that prayers might not be held at this Eid prayer ground, although the place is well cleaned up in preparatory for the Salah celebration. Since the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism industry has been the worst hit. As the Presidential Steering Committee says, recreational parks, bars, nightclubs remain shut for the next 1 month, while eateries and other cafeterias are advised to encourage order and pick away policy. Serafina Okon-Umekwe, NT News.
Many thanks, Serafina. Now to update on COVID-19. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 11th May 2021, indicates 2 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to be 19,848, while active cases stands at 578, and the number of discharged cases in the territory puts at 19,104. Sadly, 166 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. May 12 is another time of the year when nurses are recognized and celebrated for their selfless contribution to the health and well-being of the society. The day also draws attention to the challenges they encounter in the discharge of their duties. Habiba Oladipo reports on the International Day of Nurses.
The case is to be that they are there primarily to give service, and they should render that service without knowing whether they know you or not.
The majority of people complain that nurses are not friendly. In fact, there used to be a statistic, I think about 2 or 3 years ago, that 90% of nurses are not friendly. And I don't know why.
You know, some of them will take the hanger from their home to the hospital, and they'll still continue what they are doing from the house in the hospital. So definitely it will be an offense for a patient too.
A cross-section of FCT residents bearing their thoughts about nurses as the world commemorates International Nurses Day. Nurses have over the years dedicated their lives to protecting and caring for people in critical health situations, even putting their lives at risk in caring for patients with contagious diseases such as the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, this set of heroes are oftentimes misunderstood.
Any nurse that is treating a patient knows that that patient came for a reason and that patient needs your assistance. And that patient, that nurse or that health care giver must do everything possible to see that he attends even to 1/4 of the need of that patient.
Sometimes when patients come, because of their condition, they feel impatient. And because of that, they become irrational. So we need them to be patient.
The theme for the 2021 International Nurses Day is Nurses, a Voice to Lead, a Vision for Future Healthcare, which will focus on the changes and innovation in nursing as a profession and how it will shape the future of healthcare delivery. Habiba Oladipo, NTA News.
The FCT Police Command has deployed personnel at strategic places such as recreational parks, worship centers and major highways to ensure a hitch-free Salah celebration. The report.
According to a statement signed by the command's spokesperson, ASP Mariam Yusuf, the Commissioner of Police Bola Chiroma has ordered uninterrupted patrols, diligent stop-and-search operations and coordinated intelligence-based crime-fighting strategies within Abuja. Similarly, the command wishes FCT residents a happy Salah celebration ahead and implores them to report all suspicious movement, emergency or distress through the following numbers on the screen.
Mixed feelings among passengers traveling outside the Federal Capital Territory on Wednesday for the Eid al-Fitr celebration as they make last-minute efforts to be with their families and loved ones. Rosemary Motlel Bilal has details.
Following latest information that the Ramadan fast continues Wednesday, culminating in the Eid al-Fitr celebration on Thursday, motor parks are experiencing low turnout of passengers.
If there's a holiday, I need to go and spend time with my family.
Okay. Where are you traveling to?
Traveling to Lokoja.
I just want to see my sister and visit for the Salah period.
Transporters are not smiling as a result of low turnout of passengers.
I came here 6 days for yesterday now. Nobody, honestly, get as it be.
People are traveling, but it look like last year. Because we see different for this year.
Meanwhile, activities at filling station are normal, and government on its part said they are not leaving any stone unturned to ensure a hitch-free Salah celebration.
We are actually poised to ensure that we don't tamper with product prices at this time. We are synergizing and trying to discuss with stakeholders in the sector, and it is only when we have been able to conclude those engagement with stakeholders that we can now come out with a very clear direction.
The public holidays offers an opportunity for many to reunite with their families and loved ones. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal, NTA News.
And prices of food items have skyrocketed in major markets in the Federal Capital Territory as Muslims begin to shop for the forthcoming Eid al-Fitr celebration. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal, again, who visited markets in the FCT, tells us more.
A market survey conducted by NTA News revealed that prices of commodities like beverages, foodstuffs and frozen foods have increased.
Talking about prices of goods and services in Nigeria today, especially in the markets, the prices have all gone up. Going up because of inflationary rates. For the manufacturers to access US dollars now, you cannot access US dollars for raw materials and production equipment from the central bank and other commercial banks.
Visits to Wuse Market, the Garki Market and others revealed that the cost of rice, beans, fish, potatoes, yam, sugar, vegetable oil, palm oil, among others, have hiked. Market authorities noted that the prices of commodities have been fluctuating over a long period of time now. Findings also revealed that a 25 litre of vegetable oil and palm oil have slightly increased. Meanwhile, some traders and customers who spoke to this medium call on the traders and authority concerned not to increase the prices of food items for undue profit during festive seasons.
We used to buy a carton of fish, 18,000, but now we are buying 36 for 1 carton of fish. Titus, broke at 38,000.
Sometime now, every day if I come to the market, they say this one is, for example now, spaghetti. There was a day I came, they said it was 4.5. Then the following week again, I came for the same spaghetti again. It was 4,700. The next time I came again, 5,000.
As a result, traffic gridlock was beyond control. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal, NTA News.
It is the first day of public holiday declared by the federal government to mark this year's Eid al-Fitr celebration. To this end, Hadiza Godwin Ebuni visited some parts of the Federal Capital Territory to feel the mood of the city.
A drive around some areas shows that the Federal Capital Territory and environs is devoid of its usual heavy human and vehicular activities. It was a smooth ride from some satellite towns to the city center. This is the popular Kubwa Expressway, which is known for its gridlock on a typical weekday.
The road is free. A whole lot of them had, some have even traveled out of the city already, and then the few ones that are around don't even come to town because already they've made up their mind that today is Salah, and only for them to get a short notice yesterday that today is not Salah. That's why you see that the town is kind of empty and vehicle everywhere, no passenger.
Everybody's having the spirit of celebration. So people are with that spirit of celebration. So that is why you see the whole town is dry, and you see people, observing all protocol of Salah, and some people have already started enjoying with their family.
Even though businesses are open in some of the commercial areas, business owners say they're experiencing low patronage.
Due to the public holiday sales, the traffic here is down, so everything is kind of down now. As you can see, the road, everything, there's no customer coming in and all that. So we just hope maybe before the day runs out, we'll have a turnout.
We don't have a lot of people outside. The usual also and bustle of the city is not here. It's just a lot more quiet and serene.
Residents are optimistic that the Eid al-Fitr is going to be a peaceful celebration. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you, no do pass your power. You want to show yourself,
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
And on sports, Lobby Stars of Makurdi to face Enyimba International in Aba in today's fixture of the Nigerian Professional Football League, and Saudi Arabia prepares to host Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury mega fight billed for August. Let's join Abdullahi Ajia on Sports Brief and more details.
Ahead of the 2022 Africa Women Cup of Nations qualifying tournament, President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, has expressed confidence in the Super Falcons to emerge victorious in their qualifier match against Black Queens of Ghana. Elsewhere, Manchester City have been confirmed Premier League champions after Leicester City beat Manchester United 2-1 at Old Trafford in Tuesday Premier League tie. The Citizens have won 12 cups, and this is the third time they have clinched a league and EPL Cup double. Meanwhile, Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has attributed his team's 2-1 defeat to Leicester City in the Premier League at the Old Trafford on Tuesday night to the tight game schedule, which is impossible for the players. He further blamed United's slow start on lack of enough time to prepare well for the game. In Spain, Barcelona's title hopes were dealt a massive blow after twice blew the lead draw. The visitors almost had a third before halftime. Instead, Barcelona were stunned when Levante scored twice in 3 minutes to hold themselves level. To table tennis, Nigeria Table Tennis Federation has staked a whopping prize money of 4.5 million naira for the 2021 National Championships taking place on May 18 to 22nd at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos. A technical crew will also be present during the tournament to identify talents that will be invited to the national camps in junior and senior categories. In boxing, the long-awaited match between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is set to be staged in Saudi Arabia on August 7 or 14. Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn revealed the details of the match in an interview, but he expressed frustration that the fight is yet to be finalized due to Fury's reluctance to agree to the remaining terms. However, he insists the exact date will be announced before the end of the week. With Sports Brief, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
And that's the English version of the news. Up next is the translation in other languages. Before we go, remember COVID-19 vaccine is free. Please avail yourself the opportunity to be vaccinated. It is the effective way of curtailing the spread of the virus. Thanks for watching. Good evening.
ama agba je we sha je wo na bi ku sha gbeda yi wa na ba shi ma gbeda wo mo praise so fa yuba won wa gwa na ba yi ga yi kin tu ko da nge gbeda gun ya san ko na ba gboto fi inya ba ko ba yi in midnight pa fi ina pi nja so ba gboto fi pa je ohun anyanya ntu in ya shi ba ke nya bo nge awe fun ba na do na ashoko ewegi anya kun yi Sarafina Okono kwe wa dai nge gbeda gun ye ku dai ge gwamnati la ba gboto ga nge aba na zaba yeji mbege akozun tokun ya ogwamba aje sunba na asasun bai na suko anyanya bai gwamnati la gbogbotu jega nge akwa baye gushi epi agban kakala haye asalaje ola baye baye kala ga ba fi korona gbogbotu anabaji ya su dai nga nyi pe ye ko ginje na ye an pe a wuce abadna in pe ko yin jin anya san shigbe a ti fi nyi pe inu na che kingin habibo ladipo wa dai nga an gbedogun hwe dudu nyi pe ye ne kingin ko ipa nje tutu manaibo ma jin pe in a shigbe a ti fi gbedana na ba jin ga zan ko ti lo hwe yan ko ba dai nge ba ba bwa nge ashingelo ntutne pia mba gi ba jin nsa kwa az ha ye za wo yi wo wewe san tu ntutne wo gi wo jin tege wa ma ya san jin wa bwa na lafiya yin akizina abusi bida atatan shin ba la abusi bida ga ya shi zuba akizina ye ba gu aza fi nsala awefon saye yi figi nkwayin ASP inye Mariam Yusuf wani shi gbagboda o gbagboda gan abuso bida wadage nga CP bala chiloma la gbagbotu ga nge azoko luko hwian dudu na yefun bai na asasin bai godi ala asoko yeji ba hwian dudu nge abuso bida to zu tutin ya ba to pe arion agnaga ba waje da titin boko wagodo we ngage nga ajin sala ko yin fi ina gbada we ku ase awuga nge yaje zankoti wo zaza ngbe ya fanya ayi abusi bida ba shi wo shigbe na mbe ko yin to soko ya fun aye nje sala fi ina gbada sasi be jade wo soko aye
Masu kallon mu barkamu da mace ga fasarar takaitattun labarai mai karantawa Isiyaku Buhari Suleja. Shugaban kwamiti na shugaban kasa na yaƙi da cutar corona ta sanar da sake saka dokokin kare kai daga kamuwar cutar corona karo na 4. Wakiliyar Sarafina Okon Omikwai ta ruwaito mana cewa kwamitin ta sake saka dokar ne saboda yawaitar yaduwar cutar musamman a kasashe kamar India, Turkiya da Brazil. Sun kuma shawarci 'yan uwa musulmai da su yi amfani da dokar da aka saka a lokacin bikin sallah domin kare kai daga cutar. Cikin dokokin shine an rufe wajen shakatawa da kuma gidajen casu na dare na tsawon wata daya da kuma bayar da tazara da rage yawan cunkoso wajen yin addini, taron addinai da kuma takaita zirga-zirga. A kowane 12 na watan Mayu shine aka keɓe don bikin ranar nas na duniya da kuma girmama su domin yadda suka bayar da gudunmawarsu ta fannin kiwon lafiya. Wakiliyarmu Habiba Oladipo ta ruwaito mana cewa NOS na bayar da gudunmawarsu ta fannin kulawa da lafiyar al'umma da kuma tausayawa, wanda yakan sa har su sadaukar da rayuwarsu ta fannin aikinsu. Hukumar 'yan sanda na babban birnin tarayya ta bayyana cewa ta tura jami'anta duk waɗansu wajaje da ya kamata kamar wajen shakatawa, wajen ibadu da kuma manyan hanyoyi domin tabbatar da yin bikin sallah cikin kwanciyar hankali. Wanda ta bayyana haka ita ce mai magana da yawun hukumar ASP Maryam Yusuf. Kwamishinan 'yan sandan Bala Chiruma ya bayyana cewa ya ba da umarni ma jami'an da su sa ido wajen duba miyagun mutane tsakanin Abuja. Hukumar ta taya mazauna babban birnin tarayya murnar sallah da kuma cewa su hanzarta kawo karar duk wani wadda aka gani da alamar aikata laifi ta amfani da wannan lambobin waya. Jama'a, ƙarshen fasara takaitattun labarin kenan, mu kwana lafiya.
chiri ya zere ọkwa otu a ka anyị si anabata gị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Gere ntị nara anyị akụkọ anyị jiri bịa n'uhuruchi a. Ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka nje korona n'ala anyị PSC n'aha ịchafụ bekee ekwupụtala agba nke 4 nke mkpochi nje korona ma kwuo na ọgbakọ ọbụla dịka ọgbakọ okpukpe ga-abụ naanị pasentị 50, ebe ụlọ oriri na nkwari nakwa ebe ntụrụndụ dị iche iche ga-emechi ruo otu ọnwa. Serafina Okonu Mekwe wetara akụkọ na ha mere nke a n'ihi mmụba nje korona na mba India, Brazil nakwa Turkey. O jikwazi ya bụ ohere leba anya n'ụzọ dị iche iche a ga-esi dobe iwu na usoro nje korona dịka ndị okpukpe Islam na-eme nkwadobe maka Idil Fitr. Mkpụrụ ụbọchị 12 nke ọnwa Mee n'afọ ọbụla bụ ụbọchị mba ụwa niile ji eme emume ncheta ụbọchị ndị nọọsụ. Habibola Dikpo wetara akụkọ na isiokwu nke ya bụ emume ncheta ndị nọọsụ nke afọ a gbadoro ụkwụ n'ụzọ dị iche iche a ga-esi gbanwee ma webata ihe ọhụrụ na ya bụ ọrụ. Ọ gakwara n'ihu kwupụta mbọ ndị nọọsụ na-agba n'ọrụ ha dịka ha na-etinye ndụ ha n'ihe ize ndụ iji lekọta ndị ọrịa dị iche iche, ọkachasị n'oge a nje korona na-emekpa ndị mmadụ ahụ. Onyeisi ndị uwe ojii n'isi ala anyị ekpopụtala ọtụtụ ndị ọrụ nchekwa ma tinye ha n'ogige.
According to a statement signed by the command spokesperson,
okporo ámá dị iche iche iji chekwaba ndụ na akụ na ụba ndị mmadụ n'oge a na-eme ememe Sala. Onye na-ekwuchitere ndị uwe ojii n'isi ala anyị ASP Maryam Yusuf mekwara ka anyị mata na onyeisi ndị uwe ojii Bala Chiroma wepụtakwara ndị ga na-agagharị n'isi ala anyị iji gbochie ọgụ na ori, ma gbaakwa ndị obibi isi ala anyị ume ịkpọpụta onye ọbụla ha jidere maọbụ kpọọ ha n'akara ekwentị edepụtara n'igwe onyonyo. Onye ọma na-ege ntị, ebe a ka anyị pịachiri akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Chebirikwa anyị n'ihe ọ ga-echi niile. Udo dịrị unu.
ẹ̀sìnkú dédé wòyí ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín látẹnu Mọ́bọ́lájí Mátì. Àjọ ìgbìmọ̀ ààrẹ lórí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 sọ láìpẹ́ yìí wípé àwọn ilé ìtura, ọgbà ètò ìrìn ọlà àti ọgbà ètò ìtura wà ní títìpa fún oṣù kan látàrí wípé àwọn tí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 ń kọlù tún ga sí i, èyí tó mú kí akitiyan ní àwọn ilé ìjọsìn àti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ máa wáyé ní ìdajì wọn tí wọ́n ń pè ní 50% lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Serafina Okon Mmekwe ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò ìlànà ètò ààbò ọ̀hún lórí ayẹyẹ àjọ̀dún ọdún ìtúnu ààwẹ̀, sọ wípé a ní láti súnrakì torí pé kàkà kí ó dẹrùn ńṣe ló tún ga sí i. Ká má fi iná sórí òrùlé sùn, àwọn ilé ìjọsìn ní láti tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà gbogbo. Àyájọ́ òní àkókò tuntun tó ṣe pàtàkì láti gbé oríyìn fún àwọn alátìlẹyìn oníṣègùn òyìnbó, àwọn tí wọ́n pè ní nọ́ọ̀sì lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì, fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe láti rí i wípé àlàáfíà tayọ fún àwọn ènìyàn láwùjọ. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Àbíbá Ọládìpọ̀ ròyìn wípé ọjọ́ òní tún ṣe pàtàkì. Ó ṣe àkíyèsí sí gbogbo ìṣòro tí àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì ń dojúkọ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́, bí orílẹ̀-èdè ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbo lágbàáyé fún ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì. Ọgbà ọlọ́pàá ìlú Àbújá ti fún àwọn agbófinró yíká ilé ìjọsìn, ọgbà ìtura àti ojú pópó láti rí i wípé ayẹyẹ àjọ̀dún ọdún ìtúnu ààwẹ̀ wáyé láìsí ìyọnu. Nínú àgbékalẹ̀ tí agbódegbà ọgbà ọ̀hún Mariam Yusuf jọwọ́lù, alákòóso Balaji Roma ti pa á láṣẹ wípé àwọn agbófinró láti rí i dájú wípé ohun gbogbo lọ yíká orígun mẹ́rin ìlú Àbújá láìsí àní-àní. Ọgbà ọ̀hún ń kí gbogbo ará ìlú wípé kí wọ́n kú ọdún àti wípé kí wọ́n má jáfara láti fi tó àwọn agbófinró létí bí wọ́n wá rí àwọn ohun tí kò bójúmọ́ ní agbègbè wọn. Tó a ò rí jù báyìí lónìí, títí ìwòyí ọ̀la, ojúmọ́ ire ni yóò mọ́ gbogbo wa.